Dear students, I hope you might be clear about the topic till now. We were on the topic Thar Desert and we have learned about the location and also the different physical features of Thar Desert. Now we are going to learn about the vegetation, means what kind of plants are being found in the Thar Desert. So as we all know, in Thar Desert there is scarcity of water or less water. So plant would be also adapted to the season there or atmosphere found there. That means the plant which are able to grow in the less water. So natural vegetation in this arid climate, that is your dry climate, is scanty and consists of perennial and ephemeral plants. So what it is? And the second one is your ephemeral these are the plants which are found in your Thar Desert or vegetation of Thar Desert. So perennial plant means the plants which lives more than 2 years. So the plants which live more than 2 years, it is called as the perennial plant. And the second one is your ephemeral plant. So this is short-lived plants. So here there are perennial plants of pricky, thorny and stunted shrub that occurs in the clump formation at some interval. Like the best example is, you can see the cactus. Thorny means having spines, and then you are having stunted means short, and it is the scrubby one. So when we are talking about the cactus, you might have seen the cactus when it is growing, it is not growing in the proper length. It is something like this, and here this is, that means it is growing after the short interval. And secondly, it is stunted, that means small, and thorny. You can see many thorns on the plant of cactus. So in short, let me explain you what are these. I think so you might be clear about the process of transpiration. So what is transpiration? When we are talking about the transpiration, this is a leaf. So we all know that in the sun, in the presence of sun, there is evaporation, means the water present in the water bodies is getting vaporized in the presence of sun. But when the water present in the leaves is get vaporizing, okay, it is getting vaporized, this process is called as the transpiration. So you might have seen in summers what happened, that when the summers is there, you have to give more and more water to the plant. The reason is, you are giving water to the plant, that water when it reaches to the leaf is it's getting transpirated. That means it is getting vaporized and moving at the upper area due to the hotness and to the presence of sun. So in this condition, more water is required by the plant. So to reduce this rate of transpiration in the plants found in the desert, mostly what is there, instead of leaves there is thorns. So suppose if I am taking this leaf and I am rolling it, it is forming a spine or thorn. So from which of the leaf more water would be transpirated, from this leaf or this leaf? Obviously from this kind of leaf more water would be transpirated. The reason is the surface is more. Okay, suppose if I am taking this book as an example, suppose this is a leaf, I am spreading water over it. Okay, so from this surface water would be taken more, but if I am folding it like this, what happens, the surface is getting reduced, and here the less water would be transpirated from this area. So talking about the cactus, here also the thorns which you are seeing, these are not thorns but the modified leaves which are being adapted so that the plant can survive in less water also. So here this is one of the reason why the cactus is having spines. Then These desert scarps vegetation, that means the plant found in this desert, they are called as the desert scarp. Ephemeral plants bloom only during the rainy season. That means this plant, when we are talking about the ephemeral plants, this bloom only in the rainy season. So here when they are blooming only in the rainy season. So they are blooming only in the rainy season and disappears after that. So as we told that they are the short-lived plant, that means their life cycle is short. So they are blooming after the rainy season and after blooming they disappear. Now the sandy soil of the desert becomes fertile with the sufficient water. So if we want to grow vegetation in the sandy soil, we need much water there. So agriculture production is mainly from the kharif crop. As I told earlier in the physical feature of the Thar desert, that the people depend on the seasonal rain water. Okay, so seasonal rain water, now we are connecting this both term, that is your kharif crops. So what are these kharif crops? They are also called the monsoon crops. So as we know, for the water, for irrigation also, the people living in the desert area are depending on the rain, and here also the vegetation found is the kharif crop, which is also called the monsoon crops. So let me tell you about the monsoon crop. Here the sowing means you are sowing the seeds after your June and July. So the reason is that is after rain. So here the crops you are getting in the desert area are the crops which you are getting after rain. So these are the kharif crops. Kharif crops are also called as the monsoon crop, and they are being sown in the after June and July, that is after the rain. Now one of the example of the kharif crop, like rice. Rice is a kharif crop. Now which grows in agriculture production is mainly from the kharif crop, which are grown in summer season and harvested in September and October. The crops include, now what they are including bajra, jowar, maize, sesame seeds and your groundnut. So what is this sesame seed? These are your til. You all know til? So that til in English are called as the sesame seed. Students, please watch the video related to this topic and refer the book also. Whatever doubt you are having, you can ask it. Just refer the book and watch the video carefully. I hope you might have understood the topic.
In the Thar desert, the days are very hot. However, the nights are much cooler. The Thar desert receives very little rainfall. So, it has a hot and dry climate. Sandy soil and less rainfall make it difficult for plants to grow in the Thar desert. You will find cactuses, short shrubs and woody trees in the Thar desert. They are specially adapted to grow in desert conditions.
Students, I hope you might have seen the video and you are clear with the vegetation of the Thar desert. Why they are having the leaves modified into the thorny forms. Now we are on the climatic condition. So as we have already studied or read about that, here the climate is hot and dry. So climate in the Thar desert, here climate in the Thar desert is hot. When we are talking about daytime, in daytime it is hot, and at the night time it is cool. Okay, the summers are extremely hot. So here the summers are extremely hot, and sometimes the temperature soars up to 50 degrees Celsius. When we are talking about the summer, when normally it is hot, So the summer would be too hot here and your temperature reaches to 50 degree Celsius. Now the winters are not extreme. That means as summers are too hot, your winters are not too cold here. These days are warm. That means the temperature here is warm in the winters too, and the night are cold. There is a little or no rainfall in summer. So when we are talking about the climate, it is hot, we all know. So when we are specifying it, it is hot in daytime and cool in the night time. The summers are too hot here and your temperature reaches to 50 degrees Celsius. Whereas when we are talking about the winters are not too cold, but here there is warm temperature in winters also. And we have talked there is little or no rainfall during the summer. Students, watch the video related the climate of the Thar Desert and understood the topic. Please refer your books also to understand more clearly. I hope you might have understood the topic till now.